Is this picture of Vice President Harris in a McDonald's uniform real? No! That's it. That's the end of the video. Look, I'm just kidding. There's more to it than that. This video isn't just about the picture. It's about how in just a couple of days we saw the growth of a strange new kind of disinformation. You know, the real danger of deceptive imagery persuasion, or DIP, is that it sounds really good, especially if you're predisposed to agree with it. You want this to be Betty White. You want the Israelis to put explosives in meat tins. You want this video of Republican senators to be them burning books. But it's all lies. This isn't Betty White. These meat tins are fuse packaging that the IDF left behind because they didn't police up their dunnage. This video is of a Republican state representative demonstrating a brush burner that they're auctioning off at a party fundraiser. They're not burning books. But this image is new. You know, a Harris Waltz campaign ad about 2 months ago claimed that she worked at McDonald's.
And she worked at McDonald's while she got her degree.
Now, there is no record of her working at McDonald's. And if she had worked at McDonald's, we're talking, this is the 1980s. This was before social media, where you're posting your whole life. And even if a franchisee owner employed her, most businesses only keep records for 7 years. I can't remember the names of my coworkers from high school. Although the employees at the 239 Shoreline Drive McDonald's have supposedly been told not to talk to the press. And that restaurant may have been the most likely candidate for a place where she worked. And roughly 1 in 8 Americans get their first job at McDonald's. I don't mean fast food. I mean McDonald's. So if we just take a look at the average across America, there is a 12.5 chance that Vice President Harris worked at McDonald's as her first job. And this could also be a situation where she worked at McDowell's. I mean, I don't know. But the whole point here is that her claiming that she worked at McDonald's when she was younger is a reasonable claim. Although there have been times when she's exaggerated. For example, she once claimed that she used to smoke marijuana in college during a radio interview.
Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay. Like
and I inhale. I did inhale.
Okay.
What does Kamala Harris listen to?
What were you listening to when you was high? What was on? What song was
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, definitely Snoop. Tupac.
If you consider that Vice President Harris went to college in the early 1980s and Snoop Dogg and Tupac really didn't become popular until the 90s, that must have been some powerful shit. It allowed her to go forward through time to listen to Biggie and Snoop Dogg and Tupac. Or she lied. I don't know. I'm on the fence. But this whole point is that she is claiming she worked at McDonald's, and that is a reasonable claim to make. And that's what makes what happened next so powerful. A user on Twitter posted this picture with the line, "This is fake." And this person tends to put out photoshopped content like this. But pro-Harris people took that picture and they ran with it. Here is the proof. It wasn't a tax return or a name tag, but an honest-to-God picture that looked like it was taken in the 1980s. But let's rewind 17 years, because this story is going to take a really strange turn. On May 3rd, 2007, a woman named Susan Marie Bernier passed away at the age of 42. She was a professor of anatomy and cell biology at the University of Western Ontario in Canada. When she was younger, she did ballet. She always answered the door in Halloween costumes. And when she was younger, like so many other kids, she worked at McDonald's. You know, there's this term I like to use to describe this. I call it emotional truth. It's what you feel in your heart to be true rather than what the facts will actually support. And a number of people fell for this picture because in their heart they always knew it was true. If you already have a preconceived notion of the truth, then it's really easy to be fooled. Whether it's Betty White or tins of meat or a picture of a young vice president working at a McDonald's. And of course, the riot started immediately. People claimed the Democrats were creating the picture of desperation. Why are they always lying? And what's crazy about this is that this image was the first shot in a new type of infodom war. I don't have a name for it yet. I'm thinking of calling it Counterfeit Proof Tactic, or CPT. It's where one side manufactures a false image in order to get the other side to spread it. This image was engineered to cause embarrassment to the other side after they spread it, after it was fact-checked and debunked. Look at how desperate the liberals are. Look at how they were spreading this fake picture when it was so easy to detect. You know, in American politics, there's this term called October surprise. It became popular during the 1980 presidential election when presidential candidate Ronald Reagan expressed concern that Jimmy Carter might orchestrate a dramatic event like securing the release of American embassy hostages in Iran. But now we all have an October surprise sitting in our computer or in our phones, where you can buy one on Fiverr for about 30 bucks. And by the time the truth gets out, it could be too late. And the funny thing is that this could be fixed very easily by social media companies, just by tagging all of the uploaded content through vector maps and perceptual hashing. I have an example of this on GitHub, and Elon could use it for free anytime he wants. But I'm not holding my breath. Thank you for watching.
It's me, Captain Bannon of the documentary Team Yankee. When I'm not kicking commie butts, I'm wearing t-shirts from Ryan McBeth, available at Bunker Branding, Knife Hands, HIMARS, Landmines, Patriot, and even my favorite, the TOW missile. Mushna, we want t-shirt too! Take a hike, commie! So come on down to Bunker Branding and take a stand for what's really important about America. Capitalism!